Welcome, friends. The storm is almost over. Welcome to the Villages, Florida. Hurricane Debby has passed through the area. This is the remaining remnants of the storm. It's a very light rain. The winds have subsided. Just wanted to show you what it looks like. Let's take a look at the rain gauge. We will call this the final rain gauge. Looks like 13 inches of rain we got from Hurricane Debby. Let's take a ride in the golf cart. I'll show you some of the sights here in the Villages, Florida. This is some pretty typical damage you see after high winds and hurricanes and tropical storms. You see the loose palm branches and palm leaves. This will be scattered all around the Villages, wherever you see palm trees. They seem to have a lot of dead branches in those trees, and they fall off when the high winds come. I know one of my subscribers was asking about lightning rods on homes. That home right there does have lightning rods on it. That home does not. Most of the homes in the Villages do not have them. You can have them installed. They will help protect your home from lightning strikes. I do notice that the home across the street right over there has lightning rods on it as well. This is the remnants of Hurricane Debby. Some of the outer bands, the clouds are moving through the Villages, heading from the southwest to the northeast. Let's continue the golf cart ride. Here you can see the streets are clean. Some of the streets in the Villages very clean because there's no palm trees nearby. Just a few, and they did not have dead branches. Let's continue the journey. Here you will notice more branches are down. Again, very minimal damage, and the Villages does a great job of cleaning up after the storm. They most likely have their crews out on the streets already cleaning the branches off the streets. They're very timely and they're very good about keeping the community clean and safe. Hi friends, I did a video yesterday from this almost this exact spot. You can see how much higher the retention ponds are. This is after Hurricane Debby moved through the Villages, Florida. You can see the water levels are really high. You can see the trunk of the tree is sticking out of the water there. You can see those trees over there are actually submerged in the water. This retention pond is a lot higher than it was yesterday. Doesn't look like they're watering the golf course anymore either. Looks like they have a little water underneath the tunnel here in the Villages, Florida. Here is some palm fronds that blew off the trees after Hurricane Debby. You can see some water standing around as well. Hi friends, I was here yesterday. I did a video during the storm. So I thought I'd stop back here today and show you the wind damage from Hurricane Debby here in the Villages, Florida. You can see a lot of the palm fronds and palm branches are laying around. You'll also notice that these retention ponds are a lot higher today. Like I said before, I did record about 13 inches of rain on my rain gauge here in the Villages, Florida. This is something you don't see very often. Water in the tunnels, in the golf cart tunnels, in the Villages, Florida. We had so much rain that some of these tunnels are flooded. Looks like there's about 6 inches of water in that tunnel. Very interesting. This is a drain right here. That is a flooded tunnel. You can tell what tunnel it is. This leads underneath Buena Vista Boulevard here in the Villages, Florida. This is the first time I've seen a tunnel flooded here in the Villages. Very interesting. Let's continue our journey. Here we are in the Villages, Florida, looking at the aftermath of Hurricane Debby. You can see this is another retention pond, very full of water. You can see the trees over there are half submerged. But there is somebody enjoying it. You do have a sandhill crane over there and some ducks. Very good. Again, the Villages does a very good job of water management. These water levels will go down fairly quickly. Let's continue. Here you'll see some tree branches down on the golf cart path here in the Villages, Florida, right off of Buena Vista Boulevard. Welcome, friends. Here I'm standing on Buena Vista Boulevard, and you can see the roads are clear. There are no debris or tree branches. You can see some tree branches there in the middle, in the median. I think the Villages has already gone through here, and they probably moved those branches off to the side. Later on, they will come in and they will pick those branches up and they will discard them. But you can see that the Villages does a great job of keeping this main streets clear of debris. You might find a little debris on the golf cart paths, but the main roads in the Villages are always kept clear of debris. And they're very responsive after hurricanes, tropical storms, and high winds. Welcome, friends. Here we are in the Villages, Florida. Here's another retention pond that is full of water after Hurricane Debby. You can see these trees are submerged. Let's take a closer look. This retention pond was much lower yesterday. As I mentioned before, I did show that we got nearly 13 inches of rain here in the Villages, Florida, as a result of Hurricane Debby. Look at the Spanish moss on these trees. Those trees are submerged in water. Yesterday they were not. How gorgeous is that? Again, the Villages does an excellent job at stormwater management. Hello, friends. Here in the Villages, Florida, you can see there is some debris from these oak trees with Spanish moss. Again, the Villages will be very timely. Most likely by tomorrow this will be cleaned up. Today is Monday.